G'day, ladies and gents. Welcome back to another Figure Friday. This is actually the fourth installment of Figure Friday. I can't believe it. We've made it to 4 weeks, already a
Somehow,
month. I don't
somehow.
know. I don't know how we've done it. I'm a lazy bones. I got lazy bone-itis, okay? And I'm going to take that to the grave. Sam, how the hell are you doing?
Man, another week. Somehow we haven't got canceled yet. Let's try and keep it that way, but dude, I'm chilling. How are you this week?
Yeah, I'm surprised our ratings have been decently well, so maybe that's why the network hasn't ixnayed our product yet. But man, I've been all right, dude. It's been a crazy couple of few weeks, like even the past like month or two in the wrestling figure game. We're going to talk all about it, but nonetheless, guys, what we're going to do here, we're going to do a little bit of shilling because I heard that's pretty good. If you guys want to follow us anywhere you can, go to our social medias, go to our X if you freaking want to. I don't know why you would ever want to. Go to Twitter. That's what I say. I'm old fashioned like that. What can I say? At Nick Storm Review on that and Instagram, and then Sam at Sam's Figs on Instagram.
That's right. I don't use the X.
Yeah.
Long forgotten.
Do you use the straight edge? The
straight edge.
Even through the darkest days. You know?
Once in a while.
Does your fire burn always? That's what I want to get. That's what I want to get to the bottom of this episode, Sam.
That's why we're here. We're here to figure out that question.
That is why we're here. No, guys, but yeah, it's been a couple it's been a few crazy weeks. I'm gonna say it right here. But speaking of these few weeks, we've had some crazy guests here on Figure Friday. We've had the people from the likes of Steve Ozer, where we did a nice sit down interview, and that was actually like hot off the heels of the passing of Terry Funk and Bray Wyatt, and that was just nice to touch on and just have share that great moment with him, and also talk stuff about like the future of the Mattel line and everything like that with him, which was really, really fun. Talking to Steve is always really, really fun. So what do you think of that, Sam? That was a great episode in my opinion, man. I had a lot of fun, to be honest.
I feel like every episode, even if it's just a little bit, we somehow figure out how to improve, whether it being production or whatever it may be. But I think that was a great first episode. Steve was an amazing guest. I hope we can have him on again, but I don't think we could have had a better premiere episode for Figure Friday than with Steve.
Yeah, and we had a lot of people rolling up to the red carpet of that premiere as well. So a lot of people in the chat. So that was always a fun time whenever you get people in the live chat. But yeah, speaking of the live chat, this is actually a pre-recorded episode. Whoa, wait, what? Technology, am I right? With an M, capital M for technology. Thank you very much. No, but this is a pre-recorded episode, and what can I say, man? I'm not going to be at my manor, if you will, this upcoming Friday, Friday, this upcoming Friday. So this is what we're going to do here, and if you don't like it, that's all I have to say about that. And I cry into my corner at sleep when I'm sleeping at night. So Sam, what about you? Do you cry in your corners at sleep?
At sleep? No, while I sleep.
Cut it. Cut. No, I'm joking.
While I sleep.
Cut while I sleep. Always while I sleep. Cut. Wait. It all ties in. It's always.
Hold on, we gotta see that shirt. Is that the WWE 13 cover?
I don't want to talk about it. But yes, it is. Absolutely, it is. It's a shirt. I'm gonna be honest. It's just a shirt. If I can be completely honest. But no, moving on, man. We had Kyle Peterson on the second episode as well of Figure Friday, and that was always that was a cool one to talk about as well. He touched on how he actually got started in the figure game, in the wrestling figure game, and even in the YouTube game. And that was a ton of fun just talking to him. I know that was a big milestone for myself and Sam. What did you think of that episode as well, talking to Kyle in here?
I said it when we were on there. I think Kyle has one of the, if not the best collection out there. Not dissing anybody, but just putting Kyle over the moon, dude.
Yeah.
I mean, he really has it all, and he's such a great dude too. Like if you ask him for something, he'll most likely be on it. So another guy I'd love to have back on here sometime in the near future.
Dude, definitely he held the conversation and he just made for great conversation. Like he was amusing, the way he was telling stories was he grabbed us by the metaphorical balls, if you will, and like it was just a fun episode in my opinion, and just
Hmm.
getting in that way and chatting shit and bantering away. That was really, really fun. And also this past week or this last week, if you guys haven't seen yet, we actually had Dan and Magic from AEW Jazzwares as well on, talking all about the All Out reveals and some of the reveals that happened and All In. And that was always cool. That it's always just like a fun time talking to Dan and Magic. They rocked up with their best pair of shades, with their best pair of sunglasses.
Oh
So
yeah.
how could I be mad at that?
Yeah.
That was just a good episode.
It was a great one. It was a great one. And I loved having them on. I hope we can have the rest of the AEW by Jazzwares crew sooner rather than later. But Dan and Magic
Full gear,
were a
maybe.
great start to that.
Yeah, full gear maybe. Yeah, and just this what we've done so far on Figure Friday, it's impressed me because I have suffered from severe burnout before with content creation, and I know I've been pretty open with you, Sam, back and forth about that, and like getting you as an editor and helping me with this and a lot of this stuff on my YouTube just helps a goddamn ton, and so. I don't know where I'm going with here. What am I saying? I'm rambling now, Sam. You finish it
You're
off. You finish
rambling. You're
my sandwich.
dabbling too much.
I'm dabbling. Yeah, I'm always dabbling. What can I say?
Always
Carl Peterson,
dabbling.
shout out. But yeah, man. I want to talk about. There's like been some stuff that's on Ringside Collectibles that we've been seeing popping up, and I think it's the Unrivaled 13 in package photos, if you will. Let's dabble this on the screen right here. There we go. This is the starting off here. We have the Danhausen Rare, one of 3,000, and I'm gonna own maybe 2,999 of them, maybe.
Yes,
That's
I
just
can
the
have
estimate.
one. Leave one for
Yeah,
me. That's
I'll
good.
like, I don't
No.
know. Maybe I'll share one between you and Mike Belcaster, maybe.
All right.
But
Fair
yeah,
enough.
this
Fair enough.
I'm just gonna grab it, mass produce it myself, get the 3D printer like blueprint of it. You know what I mean? And just go to a 3D printer, and then there we go. I've got my own Danhausen figure.
I mean, hey, there's some quote unquote figure lines doing that exact same thing. But hey, we're not here to talk about that.
Let's just say if you took the tag team FTR and changed one letter, you'd be there. Anyway, moving on, we have the the bunny one of 5,000 chase as well from Unrivaled 13. Now this one it turned some heads. We can see Lumberville.
Scalper exclusive, one of 5,000.
I love Lumberjillville. Like he's pretty funny. And he's always like pretty innovative with his content. He's a big women's wrestler figure collector, and he's not wrong here. I don't know if Greg Mitchell said on the Starcast panel that this was gonna actually be like a Vault exclusive, but also it's gonna be in stores as well. He said some like weird off balance with that.
Yeah, from what I understood, this is probably completely wrong, but this is just how I interpreted it after being passed around freaking from a bunch of people. But from my understanding, I think there will be a 5,000 of the, like the one of 5,000 will be released in stores, and then there will also be one on Vault. I really don't know, but I'm sure either way, Jazzwares is going to make sure that everybody's happy at the end of the day.
Yeah, I mean, and if it is something like a Vault, and it is something like a Mattel Creations or a Hasbro Pulse, like I said in the previous Figure Friday with those guys on, if it is something like that, then that seems to be a little bit promising, because they, from Mattel Creations at least, I'm not too sure about Hasbro Pulse, but Mattel Creations, I know they've had the Logan Paul Ultimate Edition, they've had the Cody Rhodes Ultimate Edition, they've had the New Generina. They've all been successful, but the Nitro stage I still cry about to this day. What can we do? All right, crying freaking.
How many more backers did they need? Like 200 or so?
No, I think it was more than that. It must have
More
been.
than
It
that?
might have been like 1,200. I
Oh,
think.
well, why didn't you do that? You should have backed it a
Why
thousand
didn't
two hundred
I do
times.
that?
Yeah.
Look, I've invested in too much stock and it's plummeting, Sam.
Oh, too much TKO stock.
Too much TKO
Too
stock.
much.
And we'll touch on that in a little bit. But yeah, way too much TKO stock. This bunny, yeah, it is going to turn some heads. So I'm actually curious to see what comes out of that. But moving onwards and upwards, I love this Blade figure, man. I think the Blade and the Butcher are very toyetic. If I burp so myself, that was so disgusting. I apologize. I just want to. I just want to take a moment, people. I'm very sorry, and I hope you can forgive me for what I've done.
Canceled. That's it.
That's it. 4th episode in, guys. We made it. We had a good run. Sounds like a CM Punk AEW.
All right, guys,
run
it's
at
been
that
a good
point.
one. Thank you all for watching, and
Did you enjoy this stream? Well,
No, I'm just kidding.
sounds like a CM Punk AEW run at this point. It was that short. But moving on, yeah, this Blade figure looks pretty good. Oh man, I like the beanie, man. That we're getting like a fisherman's beanie. I don't know if that's a removable head on its own. It is, I think. There's one that I think the sunglasses are on as well, which is nice, and then the removable head just has nothing on it, which is pretty good. So you don't lose your sunglasses. I lose my sunglasses and like my hats way too easily, man. I've got like way too many accessory boxes that I just can't find anything anywhere, and it's just a hassle. Never be a loose collector, Sam. I know you've dabbled.
Oh, I've dabbled. I've undabbled, and then I've dabbled again. Once you said I lose my sunglasses, the first thing that came to my mind is that Hollywood Hogan Ultimate. Those sunglasses just don't go on. I mean,
Oh yeah, no, they don't fit, man. They're pretty
uh,
flimsy, right? They're a bit loose on it.
yeah, once you get it on with the bandana, just don't touch it. If it, I mean, if it doesn't look the best, just don't touch it. It's probably the best it's gonna look.
I had to get some sticky putty to mine, honestly,
Yeah.
from my display. Like I have like I think it's the Elite 91 Hulk Hogan that has like the red sunglasses, I believe, and it's the SummerSlam attire against Shawn
Yeah.
Michaels.
Yeah.
Those sunglasses, they fit pretty well. They're like tied on. But
Mhm.
like if you compare that to that Hollywood Hogan Ultimate Edition, those white and black sunglasses, oh my god, bro, you're losing them in like 5 seconds of opening the figure. I'm sorry. I think I did do that. I'm gonna be honest. I'm gonna be completely honest. I lose stuff when I'm opening packages. If you see my figure reviews, you can attest. You can see if you see the figure reviews, you can attest to that. I just rip stuff open, but at least I don't see you later stuff. I feel like I would, like Kyle Peterson. I feel like I would just lose everything. I would lose because I still miss hands sometimes. Anyway, speaking about this Blade, what do you think about this guy?
At first
This Blade.
glance, that jacket looks soft goods, but looking at
no.
it, it's hard goods now that I'm really looking at it. But
I think they make a point of really trying to make them soft PVC. Am I
yeah,
lagging out here? But they try to make it a point here of that soft PVC. So
which, a guy like him, I don't think you really need to pose the jacket, He kind of just stands there like in that pose.
yeah, it's not like he's doing this or like any other pose. Literally, I think when he's just menacing as he is when he's standing there. So
Like what I mean by that, like the majority of the Edge figures, I think, are that rubber jacket, which sucks because Edge does that pose in his entrance where he puts his arms up and the pyro's behind him, but you can't do that. He just has to stand there.
dude, did you ever see that Elite Edge figure? And it was the all white one, I believe, the one from the Triple Threat match with Roman and Bryan Danielson. yeah, Daniel Bryan. Whatever. I hate my life. All right,
Danielson,
I hate being arrested. Danielson Bryanson, WWE Dynamite. What?
What?
But dude, that entrance, that entrance jacket has such a weird thing. It's like cut on the sleeves, so you can move his arms up like I'll ixnay this. You can move his arms up like this only.
Huh.
It's like it just. My chair almost fell over. That's a botch. Matthew, I'm looking at you, okay? Don't. If you want to use my likeness, $10 million. Thanks. But moving on. This Blade figure, are you gonna? What do you think about this one? Are you gonna try and cop this one?
Um,
Are you a big Butcher and Blade purse?
I liked them when they first came in, actually, with what were they, like MJF's Hitmen, kind of, for
Yeah,
Cody.
yeah,
So I kind of feel like their figures are overdue, but it's nice that we're getting them
absolutely.
finally.
Yeah, I agree with that sentiment, man. Like it's long overdue, and I think we're gonna see that with like a lot of the AEW day ones now. We're gonna just finally start seeing them come through the crack. But there have been delays with lines, and we've seen that there's been like sometimes 4-month delays with even a single release in the AEW. But I think that's just real life. Shit happens, man. Stuff happens on a fly. Like CM Punk's firing. Who can control that? No one. And I doubt anyone on Jazzwares can
Not even
control
Phil
something like
himself could control that.
that. Yeah, apparently he couldn't. He can control his emotions with that one. But hey, maybe we can all learn from Phil and just toxic masculinity, baby. That's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
That's not even toxic masculinity. I'm gonna be honest. But speaking of masculinity, I think this is the embodiment of that.
Dude,
This is the butcher figure.
before we get into the actual figure, let's just look at that number of how many figures they have made now. Like, that's just crazy.
What is that? I can't even read that from here.
Is it 119? Does it say?
Something like that, right?
I mean,
That's insanity.
and that's crazy because that's only the Unrivaled line too. Think about Unmatched, which is probably what, 50, 60 now? Somewhere
Oh wow,
around there.
yeah. I didn't even. I thought it all accounted for that. You're right. No, it does. Yeah.
So
That's 119 here.
yeah.
Wow. Okay, yeah, that's impressive to note. Like they have released just a ton of figures when you think about it now. Like the line is still very young, and that's just the AEW product in general is still very young, I feel like. So they're growing with each other, which is pretty cool to see. And I'm a big AEW fan, okay? Call me a mark, okay? I don't care. I don't care. Read them and mother effing weep, okay? I'm trying to do the Macho Man thing.
I know what you're trying to do.
Okay,
Let's get into this Butcher.
What's happening with me?
I don't know. I don't have the answers.
I just lost my mortgage. I gambled my house away. You know how I gambled it away though?
How was that?
I thought CM Punk was gonna last more than 6 months without.
Oh, I was gonna say DraftKings bets.
DraftKings bets, yeah, I know. CM Punk lasting 6 months without an issue. The Young Bucks told me to bet on that one, and I did. So that's anyway. This Butcher figure, man, this is a very unique torso sculpt, and he's got some thick goddamn thighs, man. I don't know. This like, I think it might be just that maybe there's like a shortness of the torso that's maybe putting me off compared to the legs, ratio. That kind of doesn't add up for me. But what do you think about this this Butcher figure? I think like aesthetically, man, with the tattoos and the hair and everything, and just the decals and designs, I think it looks pretty cool though, nonetheless.
It honestly, like, the face itself looks like the Blade if you really look at it.
dude, what if they just like Control C, Control V?
Dude, funny thing about that,
Then...
they did that one time with the I think it was Owen Hart figure in like the late 90s. They literally just took the same head scan and just put it on a Jeff Jarrett and said it was Jeff Jarrett. But
wait,
dude,
what line was this?
Some Bone Cruncher, I think.
Oh, okay, that makes sense. They were crunching them bones back then.
But yeah, you were. I think the torso does look a little short, but that's also kind of his build, if you think about it. Like,
yeah, I'd assume he'd just be like more just a little bit bigger, maybe in the upper torso area.
Yeah, just a bit bigger, but
Just like
otherwise,
the tiniest bit. And you know what's interesting as well? Like I noted this, or I remember seeing this on the Starcast panel of the Jazzwares design panel that they actually did. And there's a completely different process to when someone is making an actual cast in plastic of the head scan and how low it sits on the actual neck peg, which I thought was really interesting. Like they have to sometimes, like the AW Jazzwares team has to sometimes give notes to the factories to maybe have the head sit a little bit lower. So they actually don't have control in that, which I thought was really interesting. What do you think of that?
That's interesting because I've seen people complain about heads sitting too high or too low, and I guess
Adam
that's
Cole is one of them, I remember.
yeah,
Like,
the giraffe Adam Cole, notorious.
yeah, yeah.
But yeah, that
Notorious
that makes that makes
COLE.
sense though.
Yeah. Yeah, like it I thought that was so interesting. Like there's like little things here and there you don't really notice, I guess, that are in the weeds with this thing. But
Hmm.
this Butcher, man, I might have to pick up Butcher and Blade. I like my tag teams, man, and I need to bulk up my display, so
Oh yeah,
moving on. I'm dying. Help me.
slowly but
Slowly.
surely.
We're all dying slowly. Thank goodness. And all that'll
You
be
a little
here
faster
are
though,
these
but
And all that'll be here are these Figure Friday episodes. That's gonna be my legacy. On my headstone, I'm actually just gonna have the link to the playlist of Figure Friday, and just be like, watch on demand
on the
or
premier
something.
streaming network.
Watch, yeah. Oh, please. Hey, Conrad Thompson as well is gonna be on there.
Jeez.
Maybe John Alba.
Oh man.
I'll
Sean
be in my
Oliver.
grave. I'll be in my grave. I won't. Maybe all three of them. Table of three on the
Table
WWE
for three.
on the WWE network. Watch it right now. This Sting figure, it's funnily enough not a re-release as much. The only thing that's a re-release is okay, I mean everything's a re-release apart from the head scan and the jacket. There we go. I worded it properly that time. But no, this head scan is a completely new mold, and I don't know if it's just me, but the head scan kind of looks like Sting was just stung by like a ton of bees.
Kind of. I see what you're saying. Yeah, it's a little wide, you know.
It like especially in the chin region, I feel like
Yeah. A little
compare because
bit.
it's a new head sculpt. It's a new scan. It's a new tooling. Speaking of new tooling, I believe this jacket it comes under that umbrella. Which
Again, from far away, it looks like it's soft goods, but now that I'm really looking at it, it's that soft PVC, I guess you were telling me about.
yeah, I've got the defining moment Sting, so thank God. So I just use that for all my Stings. That is such a nice trench coat that comes with that one. But yeah, I don't think I really need this one. I really like the t-shirt design though, because that's what he does rock normally. And I have that Chase Unmatched Sting, I believe, and that's a really good design as well. It's kind of like this design, but just has Sting written on the chest. But I don't know, man. It's this one I don't feel bad passing up on.
Is this going to be the first like AEW Sting that's going to go to Target, I want to say, because the last one was what, a Walmart exclusive?
I believe Unmatched too
Yeah,
as
and that
well.
was well, were they carrying those Unmatched too?
I'm not sure. Yeah, I can't speak on that because I'm not in America. So.
Yeah, I think so, but I mean, at least in what, 2 years, this is the first time Sting is going to be at Targets, I want to say. I'm probably forgetting one and everyone's yelling at me in the comments right now, but
Let's
I
hope.
think
Oh man, if please yell at Sam in the comments,
oh, I
everyone.
need less of that. I already have this guy yelling at me.
He
He's in
needs
my ear
humbling. He needs
24/7.
humbling. He needs his back broken. Okay, Iron Sheik isn't here,
You know
so
in North Korea how they have like the radio on 24/7? Yeah, that's you to me. Always. It'll be 1 in the morning, sound asleep. I finally fall asleep.
Sam.
Nick says, "Hey, this thumbnail needs to be moved to the left a little bit."
hmm
All right,
Right
Nick.
now, and I have your family hostage, by the way,
Oh,
and I'm sending out ransom letters to your neighbors
he has my
and
figures
everything.
hostage. That's the final
It-
straw.
okay, yeah, okay. Well, that's just the truth. Now we're getting too real here. I do have your figures hostage, but yeah, this is an easy pass for me. What do you think?
I already have the Unmatched too. I don't really need another one. I feel like a soft goods jacket on Sting is gonna be like maybe a game changer. I don't know,
A
but I feel
ringside
like
exclusive, maybe. Who knows?
yeah, I feel like a lot of people will be glad once there is a Sting in complete soft goods. But yeah, I really have no reason to get this, but it's a nice figure, you know? It's not bad.
It's a nice figure. Yeah, if you don't have a Sting, grab it. You know, if you especially if you see it in stores, if you don't have a Sting, grab it. I'd say. Moving on though, his his partner. Oh, not his partner, his son. That makes more sense.
His son.
Is-
It's his Hornswoggle to his Fit Finley.
This is his test tube baby right here, Darby Allin. I don't know if that's not true. I'm sorry. That's complete fabrication. But no, I'm actually a big fan of this Darby Allin figure. This is just a pretty plain Jane Darby Allin figure, but I think it succeeds at what it's trying to do. It is just a plain Jane Darby Allin attire as well, especially with his face paint. But it is the first Darby Allin figure to actually have. I don't know if that's his updated neck tattoo there. I can't. Let me try and zoom in here. It might be his updated neck tattoo saying "Ain't Life Grand," which is pretty cool right here. But also on the spine. It is the first time we're getting the spine tattoo with the Darby Allin figure. So I'm big on this one just for purely those minor details alone. And then simply just torso swapping it onto other Darby Allin figures that I have now. So that's a great thing about the Jazzwares figures that I just can't put over enough is the swappability and just like changeability. I always try and praise this message. Just try, I don't know, push it along to maybe hopefully other figure brands in the future. Just interchangeability like that is just, oh man, it makes life easier, and I don't have to torso crack and break my figures. So, what do you think of this Darby Allin? He's doing the straight edge thing right here.
Well, we can see that he's a big fan of Pepsi. But
Yep.
really, dude, those scans, like, that's the first thing I noticed. They look great. Like, yeah, that screaming scan. I
Yep.
mean, this is a great Darby, and the attire reminds me of the first one that came out. I think the Unrivaled 3 it was, which I still think is one of the best AEW figures ever.
Yeah. Dude, that's just a really great figure, especially if you have that mint on card. And I'm trying to. Is this the first Darby Allin figure we're getting without a skateboard?
Could be. Could be.
I'm not sure if I'm seeing one here right now, Sam. Do my eyes deceive me?
I'm not seeing one.
Goddamn, pal. No, wow. Okay. Well, we get an interchangeable head scan, which I'm happy about because we've not gotten a screaming Darby Allin face scan before, ever. So we've gotten like a gritted teeth one. Sorry about that. There's so much gas in me today.
It's all those Monster Energy drinks, I tell you.
Exactly.
And the people hated that shit.
I'm sorry. Cornette just out of nowhere, man. Jesus Christ. He hates my burp. He hates my burp. What's in the bag? You don't want to know. But Darby Allin, yeah, I'm probably gonna pick this up, man. It is reminiscent of his Unrivaled 3 figure, but yeah, interchanging that skateboard accessory with an interchangeable head. Sam?
What?
What?
Dude,
there we go.
The soundboard is the greatest creation ever, I tell you.
Yeah, thank the Lord, StreamYard. I'm putting you guys over. You're not paying us, but I'm paying you, actually,
yeah,
quite frankly.
We're paying you.
Let's rewind. Back to this Darby figure. That was so. You getting this or what?
Maybe if I see it. I mean, I am loaded with Darby Allin, so I'll say that.
What are your rules right now when it comes to collecting, or even just collecting the AEW figures?
I've really been trying to. Well, let me start with this. When they first came out, I was trying to get every single one. That was before we knew about Unmatched, Supreme, all these other lines. Amazon
I feel like
two-packs.
I feel like there was a lot of people that went into it like that. Because I did start like out of nowhere try like seeing some completionists for this line. I think My Damn Toys is one to note about as well.
But once I want to say like Unrivaled 6 rolled around, we've gotten probably 2 or 3 Unmatched series. I think we just saw the protos for Supreme. I'm like, okay, I have 20 Chris Jerichos. I have 20 Kenny Omegas. I think I'm going to start to slow down here. So
Wait, you're going to slow down on the Kenny Omega figures?
Not the Kenny Omega. I'm just talking about the line in general.
Okay, great. You're thinking right. Thank God.
God bless Kenny by God Omega. But anyways, uh, I used to pre-order them the second they went up. Now, if I see them in store, I consider it. But one day I'm gonna go back and regret all of this when I'm buying all these again and trying to complete this collection that I paused. But anyways, right now it's just if I see it in store and it's one I really, really like, I'll grab it. Otherwise, once in a while, I'll have to order one online. But that's about it for AEW.
When is the last time you used Ringside Collectibles for a cheeky little figure or two?
Oh man. Probably an exclusive, but I can't tell you which one it was. I can't remember off the top of my head. I don't know. I really
There's
do
so
not
many
know.
great ones. Ayo. Ayo. Anyway, back to figures.
That's what we're here
Back to
for.
figures. That's what we're here for. This derby, I might get it purely on the tattoos. Moving on. Wardlow. I'm going to have to get it. It comes with the Mike Bellcaster head scan, so how can you not get it?
Yeah, we're gonna
no,
make
but
some mic customs with this, but we need to take their shirts off.
yeah. Oh, absolutely. Yeah. For my own pleasure. What? But no,
What?
dude. I think even for mock collectors, man. Even for mock collectors, this is like a great attire, and plus the TNT title like blends in really nice with it with the red and the gold.
Dude, looking at this and then looking at that picture on the packaging, it just shows how big the belts are. But again, it would
Oh my
probably,
god! Now that you mention it, I can't
dude,
unsee that. Ugh.
like I
Ugh.
I get it. It's probably hard to like get all that detail on a really small belt, and it's not the worst. It's an action figure.
But you know what? You can because you can just like downscale it, right? I imagine you can just maybe like
It,
downscale
I
the
would think
file
so, but
size or something.
it would probably
That,
be
that must
harder
be
to
an
get all the
easy.
paint apps on there. I'd have to think.
Just downscale that as well, right? Just downscale it as a whole. No.
I don't know. I mean,
Well, anyway, that needs to happen because that Jade TVS title is insane. It's
I've seen
insane
that
on
one.
her.
That's kind of wild, but
That
I
is
don't know.
nuts.
I'm sure there's some underlying reason that we don't know why these belts are so big. Like on
Honestly,
Darby Allin,
using a penny belt, honestly, from like the tag team title from
penny
the
belt.
WWE line is might be even more efficient. But go on, yeah, Darby Allin.
Like Darby Allin with this belt looks fine because Darby's a smaller guy and the belt's kind of big on him. But like Wardlow, he's a giant and he has a giant belt. It just doesn't look authentic. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, it makes Wardlow look smaller than he
It
is.
kind of it does, honestly.
Because yeah, look at that when you say look at that photo, right? Like it looks like it looks like a dinner plate on him
Yeah.
or something. Looks like a freshly cleaned dinner plate that he just ate the leftovers of his last enemy or whatever, you know what I mean? Like it's it's insane. And yeah, the size difference now you mention it. But the mock figures, man, this photo alone sold me on this figure,
Oh,
man.
dude,
I
it's either way, it's a beautiful figure. Like that pose
Yeah.
right there with the belt looks great.
Absolutely. And you have that interchangeable head scan, which we have seen before, which is a really good head scan. I think it's a really great one. I've had really misprinted ones on my Wardlow, so
Oh, I
I
know you
need
have. I know you have.
so I need to get this one. there's no me going around this anyway. So yeah, I thought this was going to be a Target exclusive. Thank God it's not. But I believe this Wardlow is also going to be re-released in the 4 Champions pack with that
Oh yeah.
MJF, Thunder Rosa, Orange Cassidy. So, yeah, you get a chance of grabbing it here as well as
There you go.
there. So yeah, look, Mike Bellcaster, shout out.
Mike Bellcaster head
But
scan.
dude, the gem of the set, the chonker, if you will, Dan Chungershausen.
You're
I
giving
think
me flashbacks of Jeff Chungus.
it's you know what? It's not as bad as Jeff Chungus.
Oh, dude, nothing is
I'll
as
pass
bad
it.
as Jeff Chungus. Nothing will ever come close to as bad as Jeff Chungus. Jeff Chungus goes down in history because whenever we see a figure that, the head looks a little small in the body or the body is too big for the head, vice versa, it's known as Jeff Chungus because Jeff Chungus is the worst example of Jeff Chungus.
And what is Jeff Chungus? This is the Amazon exclusive Jeff Hardy Ultimate Edition. If you guys remember that one, it was releasing with that Hulk Hogan, but at completely different times. If you remember that, Amazon was just having a field day with messing around with people's orders. I remember.
Oh my gosh, dude! I got Jeff Chungus during right before Christmas time. I think it finally came in, and then I got that Hogan.
I think I got mine in September or August.
Dude, I got the Hogan a year later.
That's wild. I remember, there was a couple waves of that Jeff Hardy that were releasing. It was spurts of it here and there.
Yeah, that's how it was with the Hogan too. And then there's a packaging variant. And really, all I gotta say is, Amazon.
What the fuck are you guys drinking?
Honestly, JD, that is resound agree in the arena, I imagine. But moving on, man. This is it's not as bad as Jeff Chungus, thank God. But I don't know if you can really get away with it not looking like this when it is sculpted plastic. I think it might look a lot better if you made it a Velcro or a soft goods. I actually have the Amazon exclusive right here from the Hook 2-pack, recently reviewed by BT Dubs. If you guys want to check it out on the channel right now, this is with the Ring of Honor custom cape I have. But my partner Sarah made this custom cloth goods sort of thing that we actually see with this Unrivaled 13 Danhausen. So it's pretty cool, and I think it works better. It works a lot better than this because you end up getting something that I don't know looks a little weird at the end of the day, but. Going
not
through,
worst,
man,
not the worst. We've seen worse.
We've seen worse, and I think you know what? It does look good, and I think the legs match it because in person, I believe Danhausen legs would be a little bit skinnier than what they come off to be here in this figure. Just from memory and seeing Danhausen performing in a ring and stuff like that, and it. I don't know. I think that's just a big nitpick, though. Honestly.
Oh, definitely.
It's I can sit here and nitpick stuff all day, but why? There's no fun in that, really. But so let's ixnay the nick pick.
Oh, that's a new segment.
New segment, new shirt, Pro Wrestling Tees /Nick Storm review, guys. It's coming. It's coming along.
Coming soon. It's in the works. #trust.
Big things coming, man, innit? You know what I mean? Type thing.
We're letting you know now so you can get your money up and not your funny up. You know what I'm saying?
There we go. Also, that will be on a shirt. With the Danhausen figure just slated front and center. No, but man, this pose is pretty great. He's doing you know, and it's lovely, and I love it. And this is actually a exclusive head to this Unrivaled figure. We're not seeing this head on the Hook and Danhausen 2-pack. We're not seeing this head on the Ringside exclusive Danhausen figure. We're not seeing this head on the Chase. Or we might be seeing it on the Chase. Who knows? But this Unrivaled figure is actually this is a head exclusive to that, and it's just his smiling normal one. So I like that one. I think that's the one I'm going to be posing it with the most. What do you think of this Danhausen, man?
So from a business standpoint, it's genius getting all these out because you can sell the same Danhausen figure over and over, and it's still going to sell out. I cannot see these actually sitting on shelves. And also, from a fan standpoint, I mean, everybody wants Danhausen. You yourself are saying, no matter if it's a slight change in the pants design, whatever it may be, you're trying to get all these Danhausens. So I think it's genius that we're getting Danhausens left and right.
Exactly, man. And this is I think the look he's most known for on AEW television, at least, since he's more of just a sort of a character more than an in-ring sort of performer. So this is the look we're seeing the most out of Danhausen on AEW. So I think people are going to be clamoring for this. And like you said, I don't think this is going to be sitting on shelves for more than a day. A pack of Danhausens on shelves, man, they're not lasting a day. It's going to be like Piranha.
You get a whole shipper just of this Danhausen. It's going to be gone.
Oh, please. Can I? Can I please? Pretty please.
Yeah, let me just take a shipper.
Yeah, and this is a jump scare. Let's get out of here. Jump scare warning. No.
Oh
You like that one,
man.
Sam? Oh man, dude. Yeah, well, it's live, pal, and we're doing it live. But no, man. Moving on. That was a bunch of ringside stuff. If you guys are over on Ringside Collectibles, use code ICON at checkout. Save yourself 10% when you're saving. You're just getting your figures. Save yourself some monies if you so wish, or don't. It's up to you. Be there or be rhombus. Okay. I look that on a shirt as well. Don't tempt me. I want to talk to you, Sam, about CM Punk, and it's on my shirt. How can we not? It was sort of hard for me not to bring it up when we had the AEW guys on, but just to be respectful of their time and everything like that, I decided not to. But we can bring it up in here and talk about it and flesh it completely out and talk about the figure possibilities. What can go on with the Jazzwares figures? I wonder if they're stopping production, they're halting stuff. I don't know if there's maybe stuff in the works that's too far gone in production that is already going to be seeing the light of day, like we've seen with the Walmart Supreme CM Punk that is reviewed on the channel as well. And so, Sam, I want to say, what do you think we're going to be trying, like, we're going to be seeing here from the Jazzwares lines with CM Punk figures?
So first of all, obviously, we cannot say anything for sure. We don't have any answers, and as you mentioned,
all up
when
in
we
the air.
had the Jazzwares team on here, we did see a couple questions relating to CM Punk, and
We
a
respect,
lot.
we appreciate like the comments a lot. We appreciate you guys even typing out a message and sending it in our chat and just interacting, being here and being cool. Like that's just at the end of the day, like it's so cheesy to say and so like cliche, but like screw it, dude. It's like true, you know. So like we appreciate still the comments and everything, but
really, like, yeah, we saw the questions. We don't have the answers, and the Jazzwares team, we don't know if they have the answers. They don't even know if they have the real answers. So it's really hard to say what's going on with the whole Punk situation when it comes to his merchandise, more specifically his figures. But how I personally think it's going to go down, I think we will see a lot of the ones that have already been announced. And in general, I think Magic might have said this last week. If a figure is already so far into production and like, there's no way of stopping it, there's not really a point of stopping production that they're so far into the process, it's still going to come out. For example, Cody Rhodes Supreme, I believe that came out, right when he left for WWE, somewhere around that time. But
I think so.
Figure, but that's also because that figure was announced for a while, and then we finally got it. I assume it was so far into production already. Same thing with the Unmatched 4 Cody, I believe it was, the one in the suit. We still got that figure, and he was in WWE at the time. So with Punk, I think we'll be seeing some of the ones that we've seen renders for. Like hopefully that Ring of Honor one comes out in the yellow shorts? Yeah, there it is.
Yeah, Unmatched 8. Yeah, I popped up a graphic. We had actually slides for the AW Jazzwares show, and with the whole CM Punk news, I was like, all right, we have to cut him out of the slide. But like to talk about it here, man, like this is one that I'm really clamoring for, and I hope it's too late in the production, just for my selfishness.
Yeah, and real quick again, we weren't trying to avoid any questions necessarily. We just didn't want to answer some because we don't want to give you guys answers that we don't know 100% that is true, or that we don't know that we can get the answers from. For example, last week on the Jazzwares episode, AEW by Jazzwares.
Exactly, and we don't want to bullshit you guys, honestly. Like we don't want to become one of those people who just an unreliable short source just because we talk out of our ass or something, you know. And we want to be respectful of the time, but how more respectful can we be than talking about the time that Magic spent on this goddamn figure? I think this is a Magic or maybe a Walter, or I know Dan Friedman did the tattoos for this at least. So this is like just a really nice figure, man. I really hope this comes out still.
Oh, dude, and if I remember correctly, it did get pushed in the first place. It got pushed a couple series, which, it could have been because of his suspension or whatever it was during the All Out weekend last year, or it could have been just something with the line. We don't know, and that's why we don't really ask those questions, because we don't know. Maybe the team does, like, not everybody in the team knows, especially Magic and Dan, who we had on last week, which they're designers. They don't really handle much of the business perspective, I have to think. Like, I'm sure they know pretty obvious things and they have their hand in something, but really, at the end of the day, we don't want to give answers unless we know it's 100% true.
Absolutely. And there you go. And like, what's going to be the biggest telling is if you guys pre-order this on Ringside and you see those notifications ship out. I think January is when these are going to ship out, so that's when we'll really know. But dude, let's move on to this Brody King. Like, this is ridiculous, dude.
Oh man, beautiful.
Like, Dan Friedman is a goddamn genius, man. I think he said like a lot of sleepless weeks doing the decals and designing this. And even I don't know if Magic or whoever designed this. I wish that was more clear, just for my selfishness, so I can relay that information. But this Buddy Matthews as well.
Oh, House
Looks really
of
good.
Black figures are always hits. They never miss when it comes to Jazzwares and House of Black.
There's going to be a Vault exclusive Malachi Black Supreme as well, so look out for that. That's going to be a really fun one. Dude, Buddy Matthews is... So I remember bantering with him. I don't know if I think I did tell this story because I love it so much, but I got the chance to meet him. It was just a fun, like, really funny guy. I saw him wrestle. Just a great guy. And I think, like, once you meet the actual wrestlers, they win you over like tenfold. You know what I mean? Like, you go, oh wow, you're actually a really great human being too. So I respect you. I respect you even more now. So you already have this much on your plate, and you're dealing with all these fans.
Mhm.
I respect that, and I respect you for respecting that. So thank you. And so, but regardless, and he's Australian. He's an Australian icon, dude.
Would you look at that?
Of course. I'm the only one who can give that title out, by the way, legally, contractually.
Yeah, not Grayson Waller, right?
Look, okay, maybe I shouldn't say legally. WWE will kill me, will throw me into the ground, dude. No, but there's this Malachi suited as well, which is kind of what we saw as his first appearance. So crazy that we're seeing it now as well. And I thank the heavens that we are, because I've been clamoring for. I just love promo attires. What can I say?
Mm-hmm. And suited figures in general.
Yeah, Jazzwares do a really great job at suited figures, man. I think this is just a well-known thing now. Like the Cody figure. I know there was that basic Cody Rhodes that came out that Mattel did, and people were comparing that to the Unmatched 4 Cody Rhodes. That was actually the suited one, and a lot of people were going towards that Jazzwares one, and I was like, wow, man, cool. Yeah, I mean, I agree 100%. I have that Unmatched 4 now, and it's just a pretty goddamn darn cool figure, and I love the suited sculpts that they have for it actually too.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
And this Penta Oscuro too. It speaks about
dude.
more sculpts, man. I remember you
my
you and I were talking about this the other day. This is just such a cool looking figure.
This might be the best figure they've ever made, honestly. Being completely honest, I don't care if you disagree with me.
I do disagree with you, but I respect that opinion tenfold.
If you disagree with me, then I got one question for you.
What the fuck are you guys drinking?
Exactly. And it you know what it is? I'm actually drinking iced tea.
Oh, that's great.
What are you drinking?
I'm dehydrating over here because you're forcing me to be on here. But anyways, Penta Oscuro, great figure. If I see this, I'm probably gonna buy it.
I might buy like a couple of these, man. This might be one just to have mock it. There are certain figures for me that, like, if they look cool enough, especially one like this is like so theatric in just its own regard with its like aesthetics and costume, that I'm willing to buy 2 of these just to open one and keep one mock. And it's just like it's something like that, man. It's just, this is something special to me, man. I like this. I'm picking this up.
And it's like a one-off too. I think he only wore this attire once, if I'm correct. But it's still a crazy figure. For example, that Kane Ultimate that came out, he only wore that cape once and it was on a house show, but we still got it on a figure and it looks great. This figure just looks unbelievable.
Exactly, man. That's a nifty little fact there. Yeah, and I was actually watching CM Punk versus Penta Oscuro, and it might have been like an attire similar to this. I don't know if it's the exact one, but I again like Penta Oscuro, like he has some great designs. Even talking about All In, like he came out. He died at the start of the match. Penta El Cerdo Miedo died at the start of his All In Stadium Stampede match, and then came out and it was Penta Oscuro, and it was like, I'm red. Wow, look at me, no fear, because I'm red now. And so there's another cool attire that we can get in the bank. Yeah, man, this is like, all in all, what do you think of this whole set?
If this set follows through, could be one of the best sets, especially figure-wise. Like, disregarding the characters, who they are, I mean, these figures are just crazy looking in a great way.
Yep, exactly. And then if you disregard even how the figures look and come into it as from a star or a talent perspective, holy hell, dude! Like
Oh
you got
man,
like a lot of great
stacked,
names, a lot of
stacked.
great names in this line too. So, and just toyetic through and through. And oh well, I didn't win this, so
Very sad. I won one once. I won the first Blood and Guts pack actually from ringside.
the Blood Brothers.
Yeah,
Damn.
it was weird because
Did-
it was like a year and a half after the set originally came out, but
I wonder what the reason for that was. It must have been an event.
it was probably the Double or Nothing after the set came out, I want to say. But
Yeah.
hey, I'll take it. Free set, dude. Amazing set.
Yeah, free set, baby. Free set. I mean, I'll take anything for free, even if it's something that's detrimental to my health. If it's free, I'll take it.
Oh,
I think that's just being a kleptomaniac. Speaking of figures, I didn't know there was that one on there. Yeah. Oh, yeah. Dummy. Yeah. I mean, that's me through and through. I'm gonna be honest. But no, man. Like, I want to get into we can touch on this a little bit. You recently picked up a card hobby.
I don't want to talk about it.
You got a couple cards.
It's not it's a hobby. It's an addiction.
Are you in rehab? If it's a touchy subject.
Yeah, currently, and it's the hardest thing I've ever done. Jesus, let me tell you about the cards. It's such a weird market, and I still don't understand it. I'm doing I'm not collecting a certain set or anything, like a certain series of cards. I'm just collecting things that look cool. Like I just got a Kurt Angle TNA card just because it looks freaking cool, but then I have some WWE one. Like it's all over the place, and that's the thing I like about cards because like it's kind of like figures, they're all, even if they're different companies, they all kind of match up with each other if you put them next to each other. But
Yeah.
still, oh my gosh, it's not good. That's
What
I'll
have
say.
been some of the downsides? Yeah, you'd say.
Probably, dude, freaking eBay auctions.
Oh, just in general on anything, honestly.
But I mean, these are weird because, like, again, as I said, I'm still kind of learning the game here on these cards. Like, I'm trying to learn what everything's worth, whatever. And, like, so I'm trying not to overpay, but then there's some things I really like. Like, there was this Triple H, I told you about this one. There's a Triple H card that I really liked, and I put a pretty hefty bid on it. And that bid was, I looked at the sold listings, is kind of over that already. Then a guy outbid me by $2, and I'm like, you know what? Forget it, dude. I don't even want it anymore. It was like $2.50 he outbid me by.
That is so petty.
And like, I don't know. It's just
that'd make me start seeing red. Absolutely.
yeah, like I don't like these as much as like figures will always be my number one thing that I collect. Like figures come first, obviously, but these are different. It's something new, and I don't know. It's not good for my wallet, but
No, I mean it's not good for my wallet, but it keeps me happy for certain moments in
yeah,
time.
when I get it in the
And
mail,
then,
and then
and there we and there we go.
then I put it on my desk, and
It's just collects dust, and I
yep,
look at it from time to time, and I love it. No,
yeah, I'm looking at Kurt Angle right now, holding up that TNA belt, freaking
oh
perk
baby,
angle, dude.
yeah, dude, he was crazy, man. I always see clips come up of TNA Kurt Angle, and it's
Oh,
just kind of
dude.
nuts.
And
Like
something I want to say, like, I saw this video the other day, and somebody told me, like, he really does not like the name Perk Angle, like, when people call him Perk
yeah,
Angle.
that's what I've
Which,
heard around.
completely respect that. That makes sense because it was a legit drug addiction that he had. And I just watched his documentary the other day. I already respected Kurt Angle, but after watching that, I respect him on a whole nother level. But overcoming that, he said, was the hardest thing he's ever done. And by Perk Angle, I just want to say, like, we're not talking about him like being a drug addict or anything. That's just
Oh no,
him being an
obviously not, man.
unbelievable performer
He was
during that
nuts, bro.
era.
He was
That's all
like
that was.
he was off perk 30, perk 40, perk 50, like whatever all the meme ones are, you know. No, he
Oh
was insane.
man.
But dude, I want to speak on this before we get out of here, is because this is a pretty big like news point in just the like wrestling game in general, just like, completely outside of figures. Like, who knows? This could maybe even turn into the figure world as well. But the UFC and WWE merger, the Endeavor merger, TKO. What is going on here? What comes to mind when you hear this? Like I still don't even know what's fully going on here. What do you think's gonna happen?
I think we'll be getting a Hasbulla Ultimate Edition, hopefully.
Oh no! Oh no!
Otherwise,
No! Not, not
otherwise
even with not
you can
even.
keep it. I don't care about the merger. Hasbulla Ultimate, because I know I've seen actually relating to those cards. There are some Hasbulla UFC cards on eBay going for over $1,000, over $2,000. It's
Wait, were they mass
insanity.
produced?
Well, they're like limited car like there are some like common cars that are going for like $1, $5 of Hasbulla. But then if you pull the really rare auto Hasbulla cards, those are way up there, dude.
Dude, that is crazy to me that you can get Hasbulla in a like you opening a card pack. Like what?
Yeah, I was thinking, like, what if you opened a pack of UFC cards and you get Hasbulla, but you have no idea who he is? Like, you're like,
Like, who is
"Kid
this
is this?"
child, man? Like, yeah, but even though he's like 20, 21 or whatever now, is
Yeah,
like, what is this?
dude, it's crazy. But the whole TKO merger thing, whatever you want to call it, uh, I said this to you before we went on air, but I really think it's just going to be like upping production values,
Probably.
probably just promoting each other. Like, you know how we watch those WWE pay-per-views on Peacock, and in between matches we'll get ads on like WWE Shop or whatever. I could see us getting ads on
Yeah.
UFC there, but otherwise, like, a lot of people are saying, "Oh, we're gonna be seeing Conor McGregor versus Brock Lesnar at a Forbidden
What?
Door WWE." Like, bro, no, no,
I mean,
it's
I'd like to
not.
see WWE and AEW Forbidden Door, but I don't know if that's gonna happen,
We're not. I
especially
don't.
now.
I think what people are way ahead of themselves on this. This is more of a business thing. Like,
Yeah, absolutely.
it was part of the stock exchange. It's not gonna be a super show WWE versus UFC. So,
Dude, people really like started fantasy booking programs with like
oh
Sean
my gosh,
O'Malley
dude.
and like I don't know Austin Theory or something.
Oh,
Sugar Sean versus Austin Theory.
psh, jeez.
That's a pay per view main event. Backlash. Buy it on Peacock. Oh yeah, they're not
I'll
paying me. I
I'll
don't
have
know
some
why I turned
backlash
on.
after watching that. I'm gonna be scarred for life.
I want to have some whiplash for banging my head into the wall continuously from from watching the same product over and over again.
Oh man.
Anyway, Nia Jax returned to Raw as well. Becky Lynch won the NXT title. NXT Women's title. I don't know why I wrote the NXT title, but Becky Lynch won the NXT Women's title on against Tiffany Stratton. What do you think about Sam? What do you think about? I don't know if you watch NXT 2.0. I doubt it. I don't know who does. I'm joking. People do. I actually started have thinking about getting into it because I've just seen promising things lately. But what do you think about main roster stars like a Becky Lynch, like a main eventer coming in winning the NXT Women's title? I don't. What do you think that does for the talent there?
And the people hated that shit.
I agree, Cornette, and he's gone. He always pops in.
I refuse to discuss.
This is what I get for trying to make it like JD from NY.
Listen, I know this is a figure show, but we'll dabble in a couple things.
Well, it's the fig show.
Oh my gosh, dude! I don't know what to say.
It's 2 a.m. It's 2 a.m. Yeah, go on.
I just don't care anymore. Like I at this point, I just learned not to care what WWE does. Do whatever you want. I don't care. I don't watch that product anymore.
Why do you think that is? Like, what do you think was the biggest turning point for you in not watching WWE anymore?
People are gonna call me.
There's a couple. No, there's a couple for me. I can tell you, man. Like, just like the booking, it got super kiddish. Like, I couldn't take it anymore. It's pretty apparent now. The product's like, I don't. You can hate or whatever. This is my opinion. This is not right.
Right. Let me say this. A lot of people are gonna say, "Oh, you guys are AEW marks, so you just crap on WWE."
Yeah.
I try my hardest to like WWE, and I cannot, dude. People,
Yeah.
I truly, this is just my belief. Say whatever you want. Again, I do not care what you think.
Oh my god, man!
No,
Damn,
dude. I think that people that say WWE is better than AEW and AEW sucks do not watch either product.
You know what? Yeah, and I think that's actually a good point to make. Like, there's and at the end of the day, again, it is just opinionated. There's no right answer. But like, I'm never gonna count WWE out. Like, if I see something cool, I might tune in next week. I've been tuning in a lot more than I have like in recent months. Lately, I've been tuning in a lot more. So I've been keeping up with the product, especially with pay-per-views or PLEs now. Just if there's certain talents that I like I'll never count WWE out. Like, you know what I mean? And I think that's a little silly to do that. And I think a lot of maybe like there's some tribalism that goes on there, but some people have counted AEW out in that regard, and I think that's a little weird.
So, I still watch every WWE pay-per-view.
Right.
If they're good,
and if John Cena's on SmackDown,
yeah. If they're good, then good job, WWE. If they're bad, then it's not a shocker. I'm going to watch Dynamite and crap on the pay-per-view that just happened. The thing is, I can go on about this all day, but hey, we're not really here to talk about that. I try to enjoy WWE as much as I can. I just can't. I can't.
Yeah. I mean, yeah, it's fair enough. There's like a lot of people that have been like that since the Attitude Era, even like, and they've just gone on with it, and so it's just opinion at the end of the day. Like, everyone, it's completely different. But that brings me to the AEW product, man. Lately it's been kind of weird and haphazard too. Like, I'm gonna say there, it's not perfect. AEW product's nowhere near perfect at the moment, especially you got the firing of CM Punk. That's kind of made stuff a little bit rocky and weird. You had the whole Ricky Starks, CM Punk sort of storyline going on, and then, Bryan Danielson had to come in quickly and save ship on that one. So, which was an amazing strap match, by the way. God damn, one of the matches of the year for me, contenders, I'm going to say. But All In or Brawl In was a great show still, nonetheless. But All Out, man, I think was a pretty great pay-per-view match quality wise. I think maybe even better than All In, but still that's an argument to be made, and I think I don't know if that's right or not, because again, opinion at the end of the day. But I don't want to clash opinions. That's cringe.
So, for me,
Hmm.
as you said, AEW is not perfect. They are still learning. People crap on AEW all the time. They don't know how to run a company. They don't know how to run a business, blah, blah, blah. Tony Khan is a fan. He never ran a wrestling show. Vince McMahon, his father, ran a wrestling company.
Whoa. Hey. Jeez.
Whoa.
Sorry.
Whoa.
Sorry.
Whoa.
Jeez.
What the fuck are you guys drinking?
Okay, Sam. In through the nose, out through the mouth. It's okay. It's okay.
So, something I feel like people don't understand is they try to compare and contrast WWE to AEW today. They have to think about WWE has been around for
50 years or whatever it is.
Dinosaurs, you know?
Yeah. Since Luchasaurus was probably in Big Brother or something.
AEW has been around, since right before COVID happened. You just got to take that into consideration. AEW is
2019, right?
perfect. They are learning. I think today, still, I stand by this. I enjoy Dynamite, Rampage, Collision, whatever it may be, more than Raw or SmackDown. NXT, you're not even in the picture.
Hey, man, I don't know. Creed Brothers, man, and Bron Breakker, it might be I don't know. Maybe I have to come Tuesday.
Come Tuesday, they killed Come Tuesday. You see that?
Yeah, he got tabled and he got stairs actually.
Yeah, NXT is a different story. I'm not going to start on that today.
Yeah. And I don't think we have time to start on that, guys. We have reached the hour mark. It has been a great Figure Friday here from me, from Sam. Man, this has just been a pretty great, I think, couple months or even few weeks of just figures in general. And I think the year's not even out yet. It's only September, middle of September even. And the year's not even out. There's still many more figures to come. So much more wrestling to watch and see. And a lot more cool fantasy attires that we can hopefully see in goddamn real life, dude. I'm excited for this year end.
Man, thinking about it now, I'm really thinking this through. We should probably do an episode of our favorite figures of the year so far. Because we're just past halfway, or no? We're way past halfway. What am I thinking? Anyway,
hey, maybe that's the December episode. Maybe we should just wait. We should hold out now. Honestly,
probably. I mean,
let's do it.
It
gives me an incentive to keep going.
Yeah, you guys are gonna have to subscribe and hit that bell so you can stay tuned and see what ends up happening. Will Nick let me eat tonight? Only one way to find out. Join us next week, right here on Figure Friday.
Oh, and what? I thought, look, it's live. It's not live, pal. This is completely pre-recorded. No, but man, that was you had so much oomph in your voice, man. You had me convinced right there. That was solid performance, man. You know what? Let's get hey, people in the studio audience. Can we just get a quick one? Thank you guys. Thank you. Yeah. Just giving Sam his flowers, but not his food. No, but guys, I thank you again for tuning in. If you have made it this far, really, really do appreciate it. This first time, doing a solo episode, just me and Sam. So if this tickled your fancy and you guys want to see more of this, you have no say because you might have to see more of this anyway.
Oh man,
you have no say against it. No, but yeah, this is fun as hell, and I think this is just a great opportunity to talk figures and wrestling in general. So. Nonetheless, man, let's get the heck out of here. It's nearly 2 a.m. I am exhausted over here, and Sam, it's nearly 12 p.m. over there. You're getting your day started, so let's do the damn thing and get the heck out of here. Thanks, guys, so much for watching, and I'll see you next time. I'm freaking looking at you on the social medias, on X, on Instagram, at Sam's Figs, at Nick Storm Review, and also.
Use code ICON.
Do that as well while you're at Ringside Collectibles. Appreciate you guys so much. Sam, any final words, any closing words for this episode? I think you already did that. You did it already. I don't know why, with such good performance.
I'm done. I'm tapping out.
You're tapping out. Okay, I'm tapping out the Lion Tamer of the... Get me out of here. Guys, it's done. Leave. Did you enjoy this stream? Well, good, because after this stream ends, make sure to go onto my channel and binge watch every single one of my videos, because they're guaranteed a good chuckle or two. Thanks so much for watching. Bye-bye!
Mixed on the Australian